I can still hear their laughter. Not soft, not subtle, loud, mocking, echoing through the hallway of what used to be my home. And behind it were two voices I knew as well as my own heartbeat, my wife and her boss. That night changed everything. My name is Daniel. I was 34 at the time. For 7 years, I believed I had built a solid marriage with the woman I loved, Emily. We met in college, married young, shared dreams, and promised forever beneath fairy lights and scattered white rose petals. I thought marriage meant trust, devotion, a future built together. She used to look at me like I was her whole world. At least I thought she did. But sometimes a smile hides more than it reveals. Emily started her new job at a marketing agency 2 years before it all fell apart. She came home talking about her boss, Richard. "He's brilliant," she would say.
"He pushes me.
"He sees potential in me no one else does." I was happy for her, proud even. She was growing, moving forward, and I wanted to support her. Then things shifted. Late nights at the office, early morning meetings, business trips, a cold distance I had never felt before. She stopped kissing me goodnight, stopped laughing at my jokes, stopped looking me in the eyes. I asked if everything was okay. Her answer was always the same: "Just stressed, don't overthink." But intuition is louder than denial, and my gut was screaming. The night everything broke, she told me she needed to work late again. But there was something off, too casual, too indifferent. So I drove to her office with dinner, hoping to surprise her. The building was dark, empty. A chill ran through me, but I tried to hold on to hope. Not yet. Don't assume. I drove home. The lights were off, her car in the driveway. I entered quietly, praying I was wrong, praying I'd find her asleep, praying the unease in my heart was paranoia. Then I heard it. Laughter. Not hers alone. His. And it wasn't innocent, it was cruel, mocking. Step by step, I followed it until I stood outside our bedroom door. Inside, our bed, the place we had shared dreams, whispered promises, forever, was occupied by them. Tied up in sheets, holding wine glasses I had bought. The sheets we shared, the bed we shared. Richard wrapped around her as if he belonged. Emily froze for a second, then laughed. She laughed at me. Richard smirked. "You really thought she wouldn't upgrade?" Those words carved into my bones. I didn't scream. I didn't smash anything. I stood there, numb, as if my world was silently shattering. Emily rolled her eyes, as if my heartbreak was an inconvenience. "It's not what it looks like," she muttered, then added sarcastically, "Actually, maybe it is." They laughed again. Something inside me died. But something else was born, not anger, not revenge, but clarity. I walked out without another word. The following months were hell: divorce, humiliation, sleepless nights haunted by their laughter. Friends I thought I could trust sided with her. "You should fight for her," some said. Fight for what? For someone who didn't hesitate to destroy me? I slept on my brother's couch, worked overtime to afford a one-bedroom apartment, and cried more than I'd ever admit. Healing isn't linear. Some mornings I woke feeling okay, others gutted and empty. Slowly, painfully, I rebuilt. Therapy, the gym, reconnecting with family, learning to cook, learning to breathe without her, learning that self-worth isn't measured by someone else's loyalty. And I learned that walking away from what hurts is not weakness, it's strength. Life has a way of returning what it takes. 2 years later, Emily reached out. She apologized. Richard had cheated on her too, same lies, same bed, different woman. The pain she had given me returned to her with interest. I didn't hate her. Not anymore. But I had no desire to go back. I replied simply, "I healed. I hope you do too."
She asked to talk.
I told her there was nothing left to say. Closure isn't always a conversation. Sometimes it's peace. Sometimes it's silence. Sometimes it's a new beginning. Life moved forward as it always does. I eventually met someone kind, genuine, patient, a woman named Hannah, who valued honesty as much as I did. We started slowly. She held my hand through lingering fears and helped me believe that love didn't always betray. One evening, Sitting on a hill watching the sunset paint the sky gold, I realized I wasn't broken anymore. Not because someone fixed me, but because I had rebuilt myself, piece by painful piece. Betrayal can shatter you. It can make you feel unworthy, unloved, insufficient. But you are enough. Sometimes losing someone you thought was your world is the only way to find yourself. Healing takes time, tears, and courage, but it leads to a version of you stronger, wiser, and finally free. The laughter that once haunted me barely whispers now, because the loudest victory is living well after someone expected you to fall apart. And I did. I lived better than they ever imagined.